What's up, everybody? It's Demetrious from the Giant Maker. I am sitting in my house, chilling, looking out the window, see the sun setting. I'm looking at palm trees and mountains here in Southern California. And I'm super excited to be able to introduce this demo to you guys. This demo is going to break down the Giant Maker operating system, the software, the all-in-one digital marketing revolution that you're soon to be a part of. Our software does a lot. It's very robust, very comprehensive. Anything a business owner needs, it does. It allows you to build systems. And when we say systems, these are repeatable processes that are essentially an important part of moving your business forward. And most businesses do have systems that you just don't have in place yet, or you're doing them differently every time. For example, when somebody buys something, what happens every time? Do you ask for a review or a referral? Do you sell them this? Do you do this? What happens before they buy? These three things always happen before they buy. We believe that when you build the right digital marketing systems, you essentially build a bigger digital marketing system with all these different things happening underneath it. And we call that a lead giant. And the lead giant is our take on a marketing funnel or a digital marketing system. And once you have a digital marketing system, when you're out here sending people into, bringing them in, money's coming out. Okay, so that's what we believe. So one of the things that we have learned is that our software is it does a lot. Okay, so it's challenging sometimes to get people to understand the benefits of it and the use cases of it. That's why you're watching this demo. In just a second, you're going to see me go through a real world scenario where we feel like 90% of the people out there can relate to the different things that are happening in this real world scenario where we take a customer from not knowing about the brand all the way through being a loyal, dedicated customer. And every step of the way, we show you how you would do that in the software, right? Everyone wants to do that. And even though the example is kind of universal, you could probably imagine how it would work for your industry, your business model, for profit or nonprofit. Okay? So in fear of being redundant and going off on tangents, because you know I'm prone to do that, let's get right into the demo.
So if we go over to this example of a funnel, very basic funnel, I'm going to show you how every tool helps move people through this system and how they work together. Because like I said, this is a all-in-one marketing operating system. And the reason we're starting off with a simple scenario, a real life scenario, is because you can build this and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, millions of dollars a year with basic funnels. And then what you do is over time, you improve them, you make them a little bit more complex, a little bit more robust. So we're gonna start off with the basics, but I know your imagination will allow you to build something even better than this. Okay, so in this example, I'm gonna go through it, and then we're not really gonna build it. I'm just gonna show you examples of each of these phases. And I think that the reason that I wanna show you these features, right? These are the most powerful features. When we talk about an autonomous digital marketing system that works for you when you're asleep or when you're working on something else or when you're on vacation, supporting your real employees, this is what we're talking about, okay? So in this example, we have Emily. You know, Emily represents your target audience or somebody in your segment that you're trying to reach, somebody in the marketplace, right? And Emily has a problem and she wants a solution, okay? So Emily wants to brew quality coffee at home. Why? I don't know. Maybe because inflation. Maybe the baristas at the coffee shop are snobby, or the customers are snobby. Maybe there's a traffic in the commute to get to the coffee shop. I mean, it is this hypothetical business, Brew Brilliance LA, is in LA. So there could be a multitude of reasons why she wants to brew quality coffee at home. Maybe she's made her home an amazing place and she likes the ambiance of her home. It's important to know who your target audience is. Obviously, this is a software demo, but if we do a little marketing 101, if you know the reasons and the things that motivate your audience, you'll be able to build a better system. So Emily wants to brew quality, let's just say cafe quality coffee at home. Okay, so the first step in this is she finds Brew Brilliance LA on Instagram. You can substitute any social media platform or any place where you could put stuff, ads, content, or whatever in front of people, okay? But in this case, we're gonna say Instagram. The reason that she finds Brew Brilliance on Brew Brilliance LA on Instagram is because Emily is active on social media. Like most of your customers or clients or these potential people you're trying to capture, a lot of people are active on social media. And social media has a lot of data points on people. Social media knows your interests, knows their interests. We call them psychographics. So when you create content and you create compelling content that answers those questions people have, social media, the platform, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, takes your content and tries to find people who are going to like your content. And for selfish reasons, they want to keep people on the platform. So if you work with the social media platforms as far as making content that is algorithm friendly, they will put you two together. So that's what this step represents, okay? Then the next step is she's consuming the content. She likes the content. They seem to be answering her questions. So she goes a level deeper, right? Intent. And she clicks on the link in the bio, which takes Emily to their homepage. It can be a link tree. It can be any web page that is essentially going to let her go deeper into that world, the funnel, okay? So let's just say for now it's a very basic homepage, right? When she goes to the homepage, she sees that there's a AI chatbot, okay? So this AI chatbot is trained on everything Brew Brilliance LA. It's trained on the target audience and the questions they might ask. It's trained on where to send people. Somebody asked this, send them here. Somebody asked this, send them here. So essentially, it's not only a tour guide, it's a salesperson, but not only that, it's gonna get people into your funnel a little bit deeper. For example, the AI bot offers a free home brewing guide to Emily. So if we go over here, Emily wants to brew quality coffee at home, and then she's talking to the bot, and the bot says, oh, we got this free home brewing guide so you can brew a cafe quality coffee at home. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. The bot did that. The human didn't do that. The owner of the company didn't do that. The bot did it, okay? So now Emily goes to that landing page that talks about the home brewing guide, and she enters in her email to get the guide, okay? When she enters in her email, now that business owns the relationship with her, okay? Originally, she's on Instagram. She might follow them. She might like their stuff, but they do not own the relationship. Brew Brilliance LA does not own that relationship. They have to broker a deal with the social media platform in order to get their content in front of Emily. But when you collect their email, you now own the relationship. You can email them whenever you want, okay? So that's why it's very important for that step to give them something free, potentially, right? Businesses do this in different ways. Free home estimates. It could be a free course. It could be a coupon code. It could be enter into a giveaway. I mean, there's so many things you can do to capture somebody's contact information so that you can have more opportunities to market to them later. That's what this is. And then they deliver the home brewing kit to her inbox, right? So they email her the guide. She downloads it. She likes it. She reads it. She starts brewing quality coffee at home. She's like, this is amazing. They're sending her emails. They're nurturing this relationship. They're trying to give her value. They're trying to give her tips. And what ends up happening is they put another offer in front of her, okay? Because they've been through email and maybe even SMS, they've been basically priming her mind for a new experience. They've been doing a little bit of branding, relationship building, a little bit of making her life better by saying, hey, did you know that there's you should store your coffee beans this way. You should use these type of crafts when you make your coffee, like all these different tips, right? And they basically say, hey, Emily, and it says days later on this example, but just imagine it's just whenever it's appropriate, right? Days later, she gets an email for a $75 brewing kit. This is a home brewing kit, which is a box that comes with everything you need to brew quality coffee at home, even better cafe quality coffee at home. That's a mouthful. And because they did the proper nurturing, she says, heck yeah, I'm gonna buy it. So she buys the home brewing kit, and she loves it. When she gets it, she loves it. I'm gonna just fast forward to this next phase. And she loves it. Again, they're sending emails to her. They're communicating with her. They might have given her a coupon code or different things. And then she gets another email, again, when appropriate. It says weeks later, but we say when appropriate, right? Every business is different. Every offer is different. She receives an email from Brew Brilliance LA, because they know she's in LA, right? They know where she's at because they have her contact information. And she's like, okay, she's in LA, and we have a location in LA. So guess what? We're going to invite Emily to a barista class. It's $500, and we're literally teach you how to be a barista. Not even to work inside of a coffee shop or cafe. Just, you love coffee. You want to go the extra mile. Think about all these people who learn how to race cars, especially here in LA where I live, or Southern California where I live. I mean, there's like regular Joe Schmoes who go to the track and try to race cars just because, right? That's what this is. It's a different version of that, okay? So what this represents is capturing somebody out there in the ether, floating around in the market, capturing them, bringing them in through a series of logical and sequential steps, using human behavior, what we know about human behavior, the customer journey, and building a system that moves them through and moves them through in a way where they don't feel rushed and they don't feel like if they buy something, it's going to be buyer's remorse. Moving them in a way where you become the only option. The competition doesn't matter. They're not thinking about the other companies and the other options and competitors and things like that. They're thinking about what you are building. That's what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so let's get into the software and actually go through this. I just wanted to make sure that you had that context so that when I'm showing you what the software, you can keep remembering, like, okay, what are we building? What are we building? And I will be coming back and forth so that we can stay on track, okay? So let's just start with the first thing, social media, okay? So we're gonna go to the marketing tab, and it's gonna bring us right to the social media planner. You can call it a scheduler, a manager, a planner, or whatever. Right now, I have two platforms in here. I have a Facebook like page or public profile, and I have a Instagram business page, okay? These are both free. It's easy to set up. We have a video on how to set this up. And there's an added benefit to Facebook and Instagram, because they're owned by Meta, is that we can do a lot of automations with the direct message feature, and our AI bot can also do things with the message feature. And I'll explain that. Let me break it down a little bit more. So, automations. Somebody DMs you and they use a certain phrase. You can have an automation that listens for a certain phrase. And if somebody says that phrase, you can have essentially anything happen you want. You can drop in an audio message. You could drop in any type of text, right? So you can send a message to them. You could drop in any links. So it could be video links. It could be form links if you want to get their contact information. There's a lot of things you can do with the automations. If somebody posts a comment or to one of your posts, same thing, you can have automations triggered off of that. And because you can message people, you're able to message them. Now you have a 24-hour window with messaging. When somebody messages you through Instagram or Facebook, the system will allow you 24 hours to message them freely before it shuts down. And in this, we want to have automations that kind of collect their email address, right? So think about what your imagination could do with what I just said. Secondly, our AI bot, our trained bot, the same bot that you could put on your website, can also communicate with people autonomously. It's up to you through Instagram and Facebook. So you can train a bot that not only when people ask you questions on your website, they ask you questions through a direct message. Excuse me. Your bot can do the same sells you're selling and directing and trying to get people into your world. And the bot can ask questions about like, what's your name and what's your email, and it will take that and create a contact for it. So that is why I really like Facebook and Instagram. TikTok, there's other features that TikTok has, like connecting with the TikTok forum. That's more for ads and things like that. But I just wanted to share the benefits of the social media planner, and not only the social media planner, just the whole system and how it's really comprehensive on Instagram and Facebook. So if your target audience is on Instagram or Facebook, you're really lucky because you could do a lot. So let's just go back and refer to what we're doing. So we're in this phase, right? We're in the social media phase. So there's a couple things I just want to show you. I'm not going to go through a full comprehensive guide on the social media planner. This is more just to get you a little bit excited about what you can do. So let's just go ahead and just go through the process of kind of just posting really quick. We're not going to really post anything, but there's a couple things I want to show you. So number one, we got the ability to post to multiple things at one time and then customize for each channel. It's very important. The platforms allow different formats for posting. For example, Facebook allows you to put a link inside the caption, so they can click on the link directly to whatever you're trying to send them. Instagram does not. Instagram makes you put the link in the bio, right? So you might want to have a different caption for both. We can post for these two, just your regular post in the post feed, stories, and reels. Okay, and because you have a media storage over here, all you do is upload all your content to the media storage, and then when we go to add it, it'll pull from your media storage. Videos, vertical videos, anything. And I hope I mentioned that YouTube is our newest addition to being able to post to YouTube. So if I said that, I apologize. If I didn't, you heard it twice. So yeah, the thing I want to show you is like AI, right? So for those of you, yes, you can use ChatGPT. You might have your own AI workflow, totally fine. But for those of you who just want to, hey, I want to get in and make quality posts, you could generate your posts with AI. So I could, let's see, brew, cafe, quality, and don't make fun of me for my typing, at home, okay? And I'm gonna be very cheap because this is a demo. I don't want to take too much time. I want to get to the next step. I want to get through this whole thing. So I'm just gonna kind of be a little cheap in some of the content that I'm adding into here. One of the themes with AI is if you put crap in, you're gonna get crap out. So if you really think through things, AI will take you the rest of the way. But we're gonna put coffee. I'm actually gonna put, let's see, save money or savings, maybe savings. And let's see what else. Quick. I'm just trying to do something totally different. So we're gonna do the writing tone. We're gonna do witty. I like witty. Give us 3 examples, and let's do small because we really don't want to. People don't got time to read. They're scrolling. Okay, so just want to show you this. All right, so this is what they gave us. Wake up and smell the savings with our top-notch tips. You can brew coffee so good you'll think you're at your favorite cafe. Listen. Everything don't get me excited, but stuff like this gets me excited because I gave it kind of crap, and you can see if you gave it a little bit better prompts or just a little bit better information, it will give you something better, especially if it's stuff specific to your business. So I'm just gonna go with this first one. There's 3. I'm just gonna go with this first one, copy it. It's 39 words, so it lets you know. I'm gonna go ahead and continue to put that in here, and then it didn't add it over here, so I can quickly go over here and paste that in. This is where I can add anything I need, like images, videos, hashtags. This is, not to confuse you, there's a lot of dynamic tags you can add into the system, right? So you can add like your phone number, Like you could add things like your address. And then so anytime you use a tag that says your phone number, it'll just know to put your phone number in there when it posts. So you could do this in emails and text messages and all types of stuff. So you can add your location, okay? So right there you can see that we're already off to the races. If I wanted to actually start to have a rhythm, a consistent rhythm of content, this is where I would go. I could post to all of the platforms at one time. There's a couple other things I want to show you that's really, because remember, this is step one. This is the first phase. This is putting out the net. This is capturing the people, right? This is the sticky trap. So this has to be taken seriously. So you can have a follow-up comment. So you could be the first to post a comment. So it might be some extra information, right? We're not going to go to advanced options because this is just a simple demo, but I do want to show you this. So we can post now, obviously, right? So I can hit post. It's going to just boop, boop, send it out to the 2 platforms I have listed, okay? But we can schedule, which is great if you're planning ahead, okay? So you say, hey, I want to plan out for the next week, the next 2 weeks, the next 3 weeks, the next month. You can send for post approval, and this is if you have somebody on your team that you have not allowed to post, almost like an editor, right? You need an editor to like do the final, like yes, this article is going in the magazine. So you can have somebody who's on your team that just basically schedules things and puts things for review, and then as whoever the person is that's in charge, right, that you'll have like a role in the system that allows you either not to do it or to post. You can go in and essentially see all the posts that need review, right? So these are all the posts that's up for review. Here's my favorite one. So if you understand marketing and branding, right? You understand that you need a consistent message. You might have 3 major messages. Apple had Think Different. I'm trying to think of Nike's Just Do It. But the ultimate message for not Just Do It isn't really just do it. It's, hey, courage, bravery, move forward. Stop thinking about it. Don't overthink. Just go out there and just make it happen, right? The sense of urgency. That's really the message of Nike. Okay, so imagine you have your message, right, for whatever your company is, and you share your message in different ways: videos, images, text, skits, tips. It doesn't matter, but your message is going to be consistent, right? So imagine you have some pillar content that you've made that you think really triggers epiphanies, content you really think is important for people to know who you are and see the value in what you do, and you post it on social media. And then you're like, oh, okay, now I gotta make more content. And it's like, well, why don't you post it again? Well, I already posted it. People already saw it. Oh, for real? So everybody saw it? Every single person that's in your world saw that post? No, but I got like 3,000 likes, so I don't want to post it again. Why? Are you here to make money? This is business. So I can see if your feed is all about the aesthetics, and your feed is like, about fashion and decor and stuff like that. But there's certain ads, call them ads. There's certain content that is more like an ad or more important for people to see over and over again. Just like commercials on TV. They drill it down your throat. That's what this is. You can say, hey, we're launching something new. So for the next 3 months, I want to post this piece of content every Monday and every Friday, and just until this certain date, and just post it. So now this thing takes over, and it's just gonna post that every time you told it to post it without you coming back here and scheduling it again. So between scheduled content and the content you just make for one time and the reoccurring posts, you literally can make a Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you know what I'm saying? You can make a system that is always working while you're asleep. Now, obviously, this only works for certain platforms. Like for YouTube, you're not going to post the same videos on YouTube, right? TikTok, I think it works for TikTok. I think it works for Instagram. I think it works for Facebook. That's your decision. So is there anything else I want to show you in here? Let's see before I leave. So number 1 is you can also schedule your posts via a calendar for those of you who like this view, so you can plan ahead. There is another thing I want to show you really quick. So here's all the platforms you can add. I want to show you categories. So adding a category allows you to like have your different post types, whatever categories for your business, right? So these are educational posts, or these are posts for this product, or this is posts from this person. You could create all these categories so that when you look at the calendar, you can see what category it's in. That helps to like organize your posting. So we're done with that. So now let's go to the web stuff, right? So let's just say we have our digital, social media, planning, marketing, net. We've deployed it. We're running those rhythms. We're being consistent with it. Where are we sending people? Okay, so let's go through what that means. So we're going to go to sites, and this might be been explained already in the demo. I can't remember if I explained this. So when you first get here, you have WordPress, which just keep it simple. If you know what WordPress is, you can host unlimited WordPress websites under your account. Okay, it's $20 a month per WordPress hosting. Okay, that's simple. If you know what WordPress is, great. If you don't, it's totally fine. For websites and funnels, the best way to explain websites and funnels is a funnel is just, and I'm just gonna hit an example just to show you. So we're gonna pick any one of these. Let's just say creative. Let's see. Let's go here. This one looks okay. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this funnel. Okay. So the funnels and websites are built on the drag and drop builder built into our system. Okay. So this is like our proprietary page builder, so to speak. Okay. So I'm in a funnel. This is the first page of a funnel, but the best way to explain is to actually leave and show you why they're different. Okay. So a funnel is, and this is actually a horrible example I clicked on. So if we go to this, first page is going to be this landing page. And then and on the landing page or the home page, there's going to be a mention of the free brewing guide, right? So if you go to the homepage, hey, we're Brew Brilliance LA, we make coffee, da da da. By the way, we have this one thing that you could get for free. You would click on that, and it would take you to the landing page for that guide. That's where the funnel starts, okay? So think of it as this top page is the page that they go to, which is the landing page. And the best way to describe a landing page, and I've done it with the arrows, is a landing page is meant to convert you to do one thing. The call to action, whatever it is. Volunteer, buy, book, schedule, whatever the call to action is, that's what a landing page is meant to do. A home page is meant to direct traffic, right? So a link in bio page, you got all these links. Where do you want to go? Go here? It's just send them to a landing page where they can do something. Same thing with a homepage of a website. You go there, this is everything we do. And I actually can give you an example because you're on our homepage right now. So it's directing you to buy this book, get access to our Brand Maker AI, go to our videos on YouTube, take a free trial for the software, join our mastermind, our Giant Maker agency. This is where you could work with us. So that's what I mean by a homepage. It directs. It's directing. When you click on one of those pages, we only want you to do one thing, and whatever it is on that page, that's what we want you to do. So a funnel, just to get back, a funnel is the landing page and all the steps after that. Okay. So you might, let's just say book an appointment. So there might be a page to book an appointment. So it has every reason why you should book an appointment. You say, I want to book. You click the button to book an appointment. It's going to take you to another page. It's going to take you to a calendar page. And the calendar page is going to have all the stuff, which I'm going to show you because there is a calendar in this demo that I'm going to go over. So that's step 2. So you would add another step. So you see, add a new step, and then you would have the calendar step. And then once they book, you might take them to a page where it says, hey, here's how to be prepared for your appointment. And then it's the third page. And then they click another button, and it might say, hey, by the way, here's a product you can buy that will, you get a discount because you booked an appointment. So that's all a funnel is, especially in the context of our website, of our software. It's just sequential steps, and then you can do things like test. So you can make 2 versions of all the pages, and excuse me. And as you send people through it, it'll tell you what the better page is. Then you can use that page. Okay. Websites, and websites are what we're going to do today. Websites is the same thing, except if I create a new website and go to a template, you'll notice it's very similar templates, and it's just going to give you, and I'm just going to do one just to show you what I mean. So now it's going to pull all the pages you need in that template, because there's multiple pages, and it's going to allow you to go in and edit all the pages. But a lot of times is some of those pages you might want to delete and make a funnel and link to the funnel. So you go to your home page, and then sometimes something's a funnel, right? Because you want to take people through a step, or sometimes it's just an easy download and there's nothing else you want them to do. So again, let's go back. So it took us into the home page because it was trying to be convenient, but it gave me 3 pages. So a home page, an appointment page, and a thank you page. But I can make any amount of pages I want in here and link them all together. So you see how you can make a funnel with the website builder. It's just you're choosing how you want to build. And sometimes you'll use these together. Sometimes you might have your website hosted somewhere else, Wix, Squarespace, or WordPress hosting somewhere else, GoDaddy or something like that. And then you might just utilize the funnels and landing pages from here to link to these. So there's a ton of different things you can do. But now that we're in here, let's get back on track. So we just want to go through the web page. I'm not going to do the landing page step because we're going to talk about that during this phase. And then we're going to go do the chatbot, and the chatbot is cool. Wait till I show you how you can train a chatbot. We'll test it and we'll ask it some questions, okay? So I've already created a blank website and there's no pages in it. So I've already done that. I'm gonna go ahead and add a page. Let's just say home page. All right, we're gonna give it a path. Don't worry, I have other videos on this. If you sign up and take our 30-day free trial, or just sign up for our software, there are tutorials on this stuff. So that's why I'm not covering it all. This is more to help you make a decision, like, do I want to even mess around with this software? So we're gonna go ahead and edit this page, okay? So we build one page at a time. So again, I'm gonna just give you a quick tour. You have your sections, rows, and elements, and I'll break that. That'll make more sense in a second. We have global sections, we have section templates, and we have store, and then we have pre-built sections and buttons and all this stuff, okay? So you can create your own pre-built, so you can build a certain section and then save it, and then it'll be the section templates. Global sections are, you might have a section that is on multiple pages on your website, and you just want to edit it in one place. So maybe it's like the footer of your website. So every time you go edit it in one place, it's going to change it for every place that global section is, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Some pages have content that's just on those pages, and some is the same thing across multiple multiple pages. And that can even include your header with your menu system, right? Again, not to get too deep. Right now, I like the pre-built stuff. I'm gonna tell you why. The pre-built stuff is you got your welcomes and your abouts and your heroes and all that. Pre-built stuff to me is just gets you started, right? So you just drag it in, and you'll notice that you have the green is going to be your section. So the green, so everything inside the green. Then you have your rows, which is the purple. And then you have your elements, and your elements are the actual things you drag in. So if I go to elements, this is your headings and your subheadings and your bullets and your frequently asked questions and custom code and maps and icons and reviews and timers and images and all these different things. Social icons. There's forms and surveys. So if you build a form or a survey to get somebody's contact information, you can put them on these pages. The reason I like these pre-built sections is because they kind of get you started, and then you can come in and add your colors and your spacing and your fonts and make it your own. So you build it modular. So this is an example of a pre-built section, but I can constantly iterate on this page and add to it and essentially make an amazing landing page like really fast, right? And then once I make that and it has all my colors, a lot of times I'll just duplicate that and then make other pages from that because it's already got my colors and my fonts and my images and things like that. So this is the website builder. Now, there is all the different tracking codes you can add, custom a CSS for anybody who's into that, your typography, your background color, which would be the background of the whole thing, your pop-up settings, so you can have pop-ups on the site, SEO, you click on this, you're gonna be able to do the SEO, all the content stuff. So this is a pretty robust page builder. You just build one page at a time, and then you put a menu at the top, and you put a menu at the top of every page, and that's how you make a site. It's all together. And here, I'll hit save. Let me actually publish it. And then you can do a mobile version. So, you know, when you click mobile, it'll show you what it looks like mobile. And you can edit different things to be different on mobile, right? So there's like, see how it says it's the mobile? It's gonna be a different font size and things like that on mobile than it is on desktop. So you can make two different experiences, okay? So so that's basically how you make pages. I don't wanna spend too much time on the page builder, but you can see how you can just quickly just build out sites really fast, this home page, right? So I quickly want to move to the bot because when we go to settings, there is an option to add a bot to the page, okay? So the chat widget, we can add the coffee chat, which I've already created. So we're not going to go through creating it. I'm just going to give you a tour of it, but I'm just going to go ahead and add it now because might as well. So now our chat bot is now on this site. Let's see if it's gonna load up, how quick it takes to load up. Okay, so the site's up. Here's our little bot, and you know, hello, my name is Beanie. That's the name I gave it. Brew Brilliance's AI chatbot. How can I assist you today? We're not gonna mess with it yet because the next thing is I'm gonna show you. Okay, so let's just go back here. So we're gonna talk about the chatbot. We're gonna skip this whole thing because I think you guys understand the concept of this, but I'm gonna show you the automations that make all this work, okay? And then we're gonna be almost done. And then the next part of the demo is just gonna be like anything I kind of forgot, right? So the first part was the overall tour and all that, the overview. This part is, again, like I said, the best part. And then the next part is gonna be just like anything I could have forgot. QR codes and things like that, okay? So let's go to the chat widget. So first I just want to show you how to configure it. So you can have as many chat widgets as you want and they can do different things, okay? I'm just going to show you the best chat widget setup, honestly. So you can change all the colors, all the styles. I'm really not going to spend a lot of time in here. You can just like how it you know, it starts off talking, like, you know, the first message it says. You can add an email field so that it collects information and all that. The live, there's all these settings for the live chat assigned, live chat closed. And live chat is when you are having two-way communication. So you're either gonna have two-way communication with the AI bot, or you're gonna have two-way communication with a human. So this supports both, and it supports just collecting information. So again, I just showing you there's all these different things you could do. Acknowledgements are important, letting them know that, like, you know, hey, the chat ended, hey, this is AI, all this different stuff. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Let's get to the actual, oh, you know what, before I leave, this is important to know. You can embed this on any site, even if it's not in our system. So you can get a WordPress code, or you can just get the code and put it on a Squarespace site. You can put it on a Wix site. You can put it on a Webflow site. You don't even need it on a site. You can deploy it just to your SMS number. When people text you, it'll respond and be a chat, an AI chatbot, and your social media, like I said, Instagram and Facebook. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go to settings, okay? And we're gonna go to conversation AI. And conversation AI is the feature you want to turn on, and then you deploy it through a chatbot or other areas, other channels. So let me just show you those channels really quick. So live chat is already on. I already have it on live chat. That was the chat widget. We can do Instagram, Facebook, SMS, and the chat widget. It is live chat and the chat widget. They're the same thing. Okay. Here are the types of modes we can do. So we can have conversation turned off. So a lot of you guys, this is what your system is going to be set like. It's not turned on. Suggestive allows you, when somebody is chatting with your bot, the bot just puts in an answer and you can see it in the conversations tab on the left-hand side, or if you have the mobile app, you can see it in the conversations tab in the mobile app, and it just suggests an answer, and you can say like that answer and you can approve it and it'll send it, or you could just put your own answer. So it never chats directly with the person. I like autopilot. I really do. So, excuse me, let's kind of, we're not going to go over all the settings. The settings I want to show you guys is bot training. So you can give it web pages, right? And it will go scrape those web pages to get information to train it that way, right? So that's super simple. If you're like, hey, our website, we spend a lot of work on our website. Guess what? Give the bot all the pages you want it to train on. It's going to go scrape all those pages. And then you can actually look at what information it pulled from those pages, and it tells you if it's trained from those pages, okay? The other thing you can do, and this is what I love, is you can literally give it the question and the answer. And it will essentially, what products do you offer? Give it an answer. And you can do as many of these as you want, and this is how it will answer those questions. You can give it URLs. You can say, you know, somebody says, what resources do you have? Or how could I get started working with you? And then you can give it the answers and give it a URL, and it will share that information with the person. It could be a YouTube video. Hey, you should check out this YouTube video. You can literally go crazy with how you train the bot, okay? And then you configure intent. So there's two intents. The one that I use the most is this general one, but I'm going to talk about the appointment intent first. So intent is like, what is the bot trying to do with the person it's talking to? So with the appointment booking is, it's going to try to get somebody to book an appointment on your calendar. That's the goal of the bot. And it can ask pre-qualifying questions to make sure that it's the right thing. And it's going to try to put them into the right appointment and all that. That is great for anybody who does any type of appointment booking or needs their people to book appointments. The one I like for general use is just support Q&A. And you can open up and give it all types of information and tell it different things. And you can just like, who is the bot? You can give it a personality. You can give it information that's baked into the bot. You have your training, but this is like the bot's personality and the bot's like rules and laws. Like, you never tell somebody this, never answer these type of questions. This is like you hard code it, or you cannot help with appointments, cancellations, rescheduling, politely let customers know. You cannot help them with appointments, and you can edit all of this. You only have so many words, but this allows you to essentially kind of do that extra training. So now I want to go to bot trial. Okay, so once you train your bot, before you deploy it, you want to test it. Let's see what products here. I'm gonna put some. I want to brew cafe quality coffee at home. And I don't think I trained this bot too well, honestly. But let's see. What do you have for me? Okay. Hi there. We've got a premium home brewing kit and a free home brewing guide that will help you make cafe quality coffee in your own kitchen. Yes. Thumbs up. So when you train the bot and you give it a thumbs up, you're reinforcing those good answers. You can give it a thumbs down and you're telling it, yeah, we don't like that answer. And then it'll allow you, I don't want to tell it, if you thumb down, it'll say, what should I say? Right? And then that's how we're in training. This is the bot trial. I don't want to do that because I like that answer. And one of the things I like to do is add links to everything, and so that it provides a link. But you'll notice in the intent, I didn't say that. So what I would say is, I would say always provide a link to a page where they can get the information if appropriate, right? I would just say that. But So now let's go back here. So you see how this is real? Like, I didn't make this up. She's chatting with the bot, and the bot gave her an answer to the home brewing guide. So let's go there, okay? So the next step is the form. So when we're talking about getting somebody into our world, building, owning a relationship, there are a couple ways. Number one, they can buy a product, right? Which we're going to get to after the forms. They can buy a product, okay? They buy something from you, give you money, it's going to collect information. You can import an email list. They could talk to your bot. Your bot will grab their information if you tell it to. But the other two ways I really like to get people into our system is surveys and forms. And the best way to explain a survey and a form is a one-pager. So everything has to fit on one page. And a survey, even though you could do a survey, because technically you could do a survey on a form, right? If you're asking questions and trying to collect information, you can do the form. The survey is multi-page. So you can break up the questions or the inputs into different pages. And there's a couple other little functionality. The forms are really good with logic, right? So conditional logic. So if somebody says they live in this area, it won't show them certain things. If they live in this area, it'll show them a whole new set of questions. So that is you could do with the forms. And surveys are a little bit more about disqualifying and qualifying people, but also based off the answers they choose, you can send them to different landing pages or different URLs once they hit submit. So there's a lot there. I don't want to get into it, but if we just going to be very basic, I'm looking for the form that is the home brew. I don't know if it's a form or survey. There we go. Download form. So this is the download form. So if I go to this form, this is the form I'm going to put on the landing page for the people who want to download the home brewing guide. So it's very basic. You can add in all these different fields, right? You can add in all this stuff. You can even charge money on the form. So you can, I may not have it in here only because collect payment. Let's see if it lets me, only because I don't have Stripe connected to this. Oh, I do. I guess it lets me. Maybe I do have Stripe. No, I have it on test mode. So you can do, like, for example, like donations, right? So like you can have like where you have predefined amounts, and then they could enter in whatever they want. So this is great for nonprofits or collecting donations or anything like that. You can get rid of these, and you can have just include just like another amount so they could pay what they want. And then you can actually see if it lets me do it. You can sell your products. So you can actually have it be products. And I don't think I have it. Do I have any products? Because I think I want to make a product with you guys. Home brew kit. Remember, this is the physical thing. And I don't have an image. So I should have an image. Well, I'm going to take the image away because I didn't add an image. Then now they can check this and they can buy this thing for $150. And this is not the only way to sell products. There's order forms. There's payment link. I mean, there's so many things you can do to collect money, but I just wanted to show you how robust the form is. Okay? So this is the other part I wanted to show you, right? Because this has to live somewhere. This is what I mean by versatility. So if I go to integrate, I can copy the link so I can send somebody directly to this form. So it might not even be on the landing page. If I'm on Instagram and I'm just trying to collect information and I have a bot that says, hey, when you're talking to somebody, try to get them to fill out this form, I'm just going to send them to the form. I don't have to build a page. I don't have to build all this stuff. Just like, hey, you should give me your information. And it just sends them the link to the form. So right out the gate, you can get the embed code and you can embed it anywhere, okay? And then you have all these other things like sticky, sidebar, pop-ups, inline. So it's very versatile. So just want to show you that. And then a couple other things I want to show you is like, if I go to like there's all these themes that you can have, and then you are able to like essentially, if I go to styles and I go to background, like you could actually turn this into a page. So when I say send somebody directly to the form, you could put an image behind the form. You could put a background color or anything behind the form. So you are actually able to make this kind of form page a little bit look a little bit better. I personally like to add it to a page, add my logo and stuff, all that, but you can send them directly here. The reason I'm showing you this is because this is what they have to fill out in order to download the home brewing guide, right? So they enter she enters in her email to get the guide, and then we're going to send her the guide. So let's look at some automations and emails and things like that. Don't need to save that. So we're going to go to automations really quick, because one of the things that's amazing about our system is that everything you do, you need to have, like, you have to connect the piping. Does that make sense? For example, like if somebody buys a product on your Squarespace website, Squarespace is automatically gonna send them a receipt and do this and do that. Okay? Our system is you could do anything you want. You can have when somebody buys a product, like something happens in a whole nother platform, right? So in our system is when somebody fills out a form, you might want to send them something free. You might want to book them for an appointment. You might want to add them to a course. You might want to add them to a loyalty program. There's so many things you can do just from somebody giving you their contact information, because you're able to pipe things together, right? So let's go to the homebrew guide sequence. So this is automations, okay? And this is where the whole thing opens up. So before I go through this, let's look at all the triggers, right? So you have all these triggers that's related to contact information. So birthday reminder, contact changed, contact tag. Tags are great. You can add like these little tags to our audience when they do certain things, so you can segment them. So if somebody downloads the home brewing guide, we add a tag called guide. So now I can search in the system guide, and it'll show me all the people that downloaded the home brewing guide. So there's and these are triggers. So the triggers trigger the automation to happen, okay? So we have every trigger you possibly can need. Event triggers. And when event is something happened, right? So somebody filled out a form, right? We want something to happen. Somebody fills out a form. Somebody used our TikTok form. We want something to happen. Somebody watched a video and got to a certain place in the video. We want something to happen, right? There's all these things. LinkedIn, you could trigger on all types of stuff, okay? Appointments, people booked an appointment. The appointment status, maybe the status is canceled, rescheduled, booked, confirmed. There's all these different things you can have happen off of that. Opportunities. I don't know if I shared opportunities yet, but when people move to different stages of the opportunity, their pipelines, you can have certain automations happen. I'm not going to go through everything. All this stuff with the courses, payments, credit cards declined, credit cards expired, subscriptions. Somebody got in a subscription. Somebody bought this product. Somebody did that. It's all this stuff. Somebody got a refund. You could do essentially anything with that. Like literally, it's like a trigger allows you to do all this stuff, right? Because you're building off the next steps. You could do Shopify stuff. We have a complete IVR system. So if you don't know this, we have a phone system. So you could build your IVR through this, which is basically like press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 3 for this, and then you can have automations happen off of that. You can redirect the numbers. So there's a ton of triggers, okay? So without going too deep into the automation system, the trigger is form submitted. Okay, so the DL form, right? So what form was it? Let's go ahead and let's see. Form is, or was it a DL form? There we go. So I just told it, I want this to happen when somebody uses the download form, which I just showed you guys, okay? So that is what I would want to happen, okay? So once that happens, I want you to add a tag to the person. So I want you to add guide to them. So now in the CRM, I know that happened. And also too, I might make a trigger in another automation where as soon as somebody gets a tag added guide, because that could be a trigger, a tag is added. Now it kicks off another automation. So now when this happens, I got 7 other automations happening and checking on things for me and doing this and sending this. Hey, did we send them that email? No, we didn't. Okay, cool. Send it to them. Right? So all it does is it sends them a text message, which I just put TE because you have to have something there to save. I'm just showing you the flow. And then I send them an email. And then this is the email I send them. Okay? So there's 2 options when it comes to sending emails. Okay? So you can do from a template, So you can do from any template you've built in the system. So I'm gonna go to none, and then you could just send them a basic email right from here. So boop, 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 and then I can put, here's the link, and then I can just go ahead and hit link and add the link to wherever the PDF is, right? But if you want the email to be a little, it's your first experience with them, you want to use like a drag and drop email builder, which I'm gonna show you in a second, to build a really nice email, and it will send that email, okay? So let's go ahead, and that's all this does. So right there, we have this happened. She just got the email, okay? So let's take a look at some of the other automations and see what I have. I didn't want to save that. Okay, so let's see. So let's just see what other ones I have, okay? So the second automation I have is provide value to the brew kit. Because remember, we're trying to get them to buy this brewing kit for $75, okay? So what that would require is for us to create a product that's $75 and to create maybe a landing page to eventually send them to that landing page at some point. So there we go. When somebody downloads the guide, this triggers when somebody does that. So we have one automation that delivers the email, and we have another automation that basically does something else. And this is what it does. It waits a day, okay? And there's conditions. It waits a day if it's the weekday. If it's the weekend, it won't send. It only sends between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., okay? The reason I do that is because I just sent them the guide. I want them to look at it and have time to look at it. So don't do anything until a day. But the person is in this automation and they're just waiting here. Then I want you to check in with them. So this is the whole email. I'm not going to click on it because there's nothing in there. This is a check-in email. Hey, how are you doing? Are you have any questions about the guide? Here's some other stuff we offer. If you like a quality coffee at home, And then wait 2 days, because this is the beginning of the relationship. We ain't trying to be too annoying. We're going to give them a great coffee tip. Wait another 2 days, tip 3. You get it, and then we're gonna pitch them. We're just gonna pitch them the product. And we might even mention a product in these emails. We might even have a picture of it at the bottom of the email just to let them know that it exists, right? So that it's not new. But then we're gonna hard pitch them. We're gonna say, hey, you should buy this thing. Obviously in some great way, right? Persuasive way, based off your brand and your messaging, right? So we pitched them. So all we've done, just think about this. All we're doing at this point is social media. And maybe ads, whatever we're doing. And it's all this stuff is happening on its own without us doing anything. Now we're monitoring everything. Like when pilots fly a plane, they're not really flying a plane. They just up there, to look like they're doing something. But the plane is doing majority of the work, right? That's what this is, okay? So we're almost done. I just want to go through some of these automations because the automations is what's liberating for the entrepreneur, the small business owner, side hustler. Okay, the automations is what brings everything together. This is one of the reasons why you want to have a central system or all-in-one system, because when everything is inside of the same thing, they play well together. You're not trying to connect all these things around. The automations can touch and grab and fill anything within the system. Okay, so we pitched them. Let's see what this automation is. Okay, so payment received. They bought the home brewing guide, right? So they bought the home brewing guide, and then we created an opportunity, and I'm gonna show you exactly what this is. This is a physical product, so we need to basically fulfill the product and ship it to them. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the opportunities. They got a thank you email, and then we're gonna remove them from this workflow. Okay, they don't need to be a part of this workflow anymore because this is like part of shipping. Okay, so let's switch gears, right? So let's go to opportunities. And I think this one is going to be not the barista class. This is going to be the fulfillment. Okay. So order received. So when they buy the product, the automation is going to do, I'm doing it manually, but it wouldn't do it manually. It would be automatic. It's going to go ahead and add them here. Okay. Then when we are in the warehouse or from our house, if it's a home business, we're going to say, hey, we're processing all these people. Let's move them over here. So now we know who to process today. And then when it's shipped, we're gonna go over here and move to shipped. And then now I can have an automation that when I have a tracking code, I can add all the tracking codes in the CRM to that contact, right? And then when I do this, it'll just send out an email to everyone and dynamically put their tracking code in the email. So like, it's just like process. It might be 5 at a time, 100 at a time, but you're able to do things like that. You're able to create automations off of when these move to stages, and you're able to create automations to add them to stages. So this is a great way to do fulfillment. Okay, let's go back to the automations, because I don't want to. I may not hit all of them. I'm gonna hit some of the good ones. So, okay, so provide value barista class. That's the same thing as this provide value. We're just trying to get them to buy the barista class. So we have emails that we might drop them into that just kind of steer them in that direction over a series of time, okay? But I want to show you the barista class thing. So let's just see, I don't know what word I spelled. Went to book? I don't even know. Went to book calendar, no book. I'm not sure what this means, but this gives me an opportunity to, I actually do know what this means. So this one is a little bit advanced. I might skip that one, but let's go to, before we go to the calendar, I do want to show you like products, okay? So in the system, obviously you can collect money in any way. This is the home brewing guide. And I want to show you how you can make any type of product you want, right? And all a product does is charges money in a certain way. You create the automations to be what that product actually really is, right? All they're doing is giving me $150 for some text that says home brew kit. But I actually have to have a home brew kit and ship them this thing for it to be a product. Same thing with like selling a subscription to a newsletter. It's like you're just collecting, if you charge $10 for your newsletter a month, you're just collecting $10 from them a month. You still have to create an automation that delivers a newsletter to these people. You could do it by tags. When they fill out this form, we're going to charge them $10, and we're going to tag them newsletter subscribed. And when a credit card when a credit card cancels or they cancel their membership, we're going to tag them newsletter unsubscribed. And so then when you send out the newsletter, only send it out to newsletter subscribed. So you're building a system however you want to build a system. So that's all this is, right? So when you build, when you build products out, you can have descriptions, you can have videos and photos. You can include it in your online store, which is a whole nother thing. You could have the way you're going to have the pricing, so taxes and all that, but pricing could be reoccurring. It could be setup fees. It could be free trials, one-time payments, subscription for 12 months, subscription. Like you literally can create, this one's already created, but you literally can create, when you create pricing, you can create any type of product that you can think of. Anything that anybody sells that's out in the world, you can do with this. Then you can have different pricing for the same products. So when you're doing different things, you say, well, I want to use this pricing for the product or this pricing. So I just want to show you that because we have to sell the home brew kit. Now we want to sell the barista class, right? So let's go to the calendar system. So we're going to go ahead and go to the calendar. Because remember, the barista class is a real event, right? It's people have to actually come to an event in a physical place, and there's only limited slots, right? Excuse me. So let's just go through the barista class stuff. So this is the calendar. You can add logos and descriptions, and you can put them in calendar groups, and you can give it a URL and who's going to be the teacher and all that for this particular calendar. You can pick your colors, right? Availability. You can have availability like through the week, or you can have specific dates, right? So this is something like, hey, we have classes for the next 3 weeks, we have classes every Friday for 3 weeks. So you just have 3 slots. Or it's like we have classes or slots available from this time to this time. And then when people book those slots, then those slots disappear. So they could be for like barbershops and salons and pet walking, and hotels and written equipment and meetings and things like that. So then you could collect money through the system. I don't have payments in here. I don't have a Stripe connected because this is a demo account. but you can collect money through the calendar booking, right? So you see how we created a product over here, but then the calendar booking system can be a product in itself, right? Then we have the free product. So we deliver something free. We have a product that we can sell for X amount of dollars and fulfill that through shipping and all that and tax. And then we have a calendar event. Now, since I'm in here, I'm going to show you the different calendars you can create because I do think it's important. So service calendars are great for barbershops and dog walkers and salons, anybody who sells a service and it needs to be on a certain slot and somebody has to do it, right? We got technicians that do it and things like that. Simple calendar is just like basically like one-to-one meetings. Round robin is every time somebody books, it just adds it to the next person. And when I mean person, I mean staff. So you would add whoever's eligible for that calendar and it'll just like boop, 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 boop. So it might be sales calls or sales meetings or demos or things like that. Class booking is what I used. It's one-to-many. So it's like we have 100 slots, we have 5 slots, we have 10 slots, and here's who's teaching or here's who's facilitating, and it's one-to-many. Collective booking is like if you have a client who needs to book a technical meeting on a slot, but a sales guy needs to be on it, the account rep needs to be on it, and the tech guy needs to be on it. So what it'll do is it'll essentially try to get everyone to pick the slots, and it'll do its thing to get everyone to find the final meeting where everyone's available. So that's collective booking. Calendars can be free. You can charge. You can have them free and then charge through an automation. So they book an appointment, and before you confirm the appointment, you send them a link to their email, and then it's a link to a form or a payment or invoice, and they pay. You could do whatever you want, okay? So I just wanted to show you that because we have automations. We have automations that are based off if somebody booked, if somebody didn't book, if somebody couldn't show up and didn't reschedule, so the barista booked. So the reason I even did this is because I really wanted to show you this conditional thing. So what is a trigger link? A trigger link is very simple. You send out an email and there's a link in the email, okay? You create a trigger link. So if I actually go out of here and if I go to sites, it's actually under marketing, and I go to trigger link, okay? So what this is this is the barista calendar link. So this is a link to the barista calendar. So if I click on it, because I might as well show it to you. It's very basic because I didn't add anything to it, but remember there's only 2 baristas, so 5 seats, and I can click on it, and then I can do, October the 21st, or their September 30th, right? 6 o'clock, 5 seats. If I grab a seat, it's gonna charge me, it's 2 hours, yada, yada, yada. So here's what a trigger link is. I clicked on here, but I did not book. I didn't book. I came, but I didn't book, right? That's what I'm trying to do. It's almost like, hey, you went there. So I created a trigger link. So you just go to add, you give it a name, you put the link, right? So what you do is when your email, this gives me an opportunity to show the email builder too. So let's go ahead and go look at the email builder, okay? Again, I'm doing my best not to make this long, but hopefully some of you guys are excited. There's a lot of different things that we can do. So we're gonna go to the home brew guide one just to show you email builder and trigger links really quick, right? So I'm kind of showing you 2 things. I'm kind of showing you like the emails that you can send, but I'm also showing you this automation to get people into the barista class, right? So it's just drag and drop, right? So this says, hi, Emily, but really what it should be is if I go to custom values and I go to contact, it would be whatever their first name is or whatever. So this is how you get dynamic data. So it'd be like, hi, Emily, hi, Tim, whatever, right? Let me show you trigger links, okay? So here is a download the guide. Imagine this said, book the barista class or whatever. I would go to the link and I would just hit trigger links, and there's the barista calendar I created. So what it does is it adds in this information, but when they click it, it's that link. But what it does, so now you understand this, and oh, by the way, this is a drag and drop email builder. It's totally dope. It's easy, it's simple. I love it. So you will make amazing emails right out the gate. But what I want to show you with the trigger link is that automation, right? So remember, let me recap. So we're sending them emails. We're saying, hey, go book the barista class. They go click on the link. Here's the reason I'm showing you this automation, and I want you to extrapolate whatever you feel like your use case could be, right? So where it went, now I get it, went to Barista Cal, but no book. They didn't book. So they went to the calendar, but they did not book. And it's a trigger link. The trigger link is the trigger. So it knows, because it's inside an email sent to them, it knows who it is, okay? So what I'm basically saying is, if they went to the calendar and they didn't book, wait 6 hours, because we don't want to be creepy like, hey, you went to the calendar. And it's like a minute later, they're like, hey, are you tracking me? So we're gonna wait 6 hours. And then there's one that says didn't book. And then you can have tags, barista class. And the reason I know they didn't book is because if they booked, we add a tag to them, barista class, right? So they can't have booked because they don't have that tag. I want you to send them this email, and the email might be like, hey, here's another 5 things that are great about our barista class, and they fill up fast. So you're not going to say something like, hey, we noticed you went to the calendar and you didn't book. What's the why? You would just come up with some more information that you feel could like push them over the edge, right? And then you do it again later because you got somebody on the hook, right? Like they clicked on the link. That's like intense. Like they were curious to see like whatever. And then you might have emails that say, hey, you know, what days are good for you? Or here's a survey on people who we think would be great for a barista class. And like there's all this stuff you could do with that, right? So that's what that one was. So you could do that with anything. People go to pages, people watch videos, and you could create things off of that. And then we have some review requests and things like that, which I'll actually, you know, I'll show you. This is actually a really cool one. Let me go to forms really quick. Or actually, this is a survey because I think this is an excuse for me to show you a survey. So let's go to sites and let's go to survey. And I think it's a review survey. Yep, review survey. So we're going to go ahead and look at this survey, okay? So essentially what it does is after somebody buys something from us, we automatically going to send them a review, and we're going to do it through our pipelines. So when we do certain things, we'll move that person over to request review, and it'll be a whole sequence that requests a review. And there's basically 5 to 1 star. We have coffee cups, and then for them to add their feedback, positive or constructive, and then we collect their information at the end. They hit submit, and then what it does is, let's see if I configured it this way. This is where you can like send them to different places after, but I didn't do all that for this one. Okay, so that's the survey. So let's look at the automation, because the automation is again where the magic is, right? So we're gonna go to that. I'm not sure which one to go to first, so let's go in numerical order, okay? So this is just the review request email system. So essentially what happens is pipeline changed. So remember, in a pipeline, we're going to just move somebody over to request review, and it'll fire off this automation. So it's going to wait probably, let's see, how long is it going to wait? 14 days. So, and I think a reason I did this is because when we ship a product to somebody, once it's shipped, the next step is request review. We know our products will normally get there within a week. So as soon as we're done, we already have a review request in the queue, because we don't care if they give us negative or positive reviews or if they didn't use the product yet, because we have a system that waits a while and keeps asking for reviews, but checks if they gave us a review. So that's really what this is. It's like, hey, they sent a review request, it waits, and then it checks to see did they give us a review, and if they didn't, we ask them again, and then we stop, right? So that's just sending out the emails to get reviews. The review action is this. So when somebody does leave us a review, there's a couple things we do, okay? So the survey was submitted. So remember, we use the survey builder to build a review. We're gonna wait 30 minutes, and then we're gonna check. We're gonna we're basically going to if they gave us 5 or 4 stars, we're going to send them down this path. If they gave us essentially 3 stars to 1, which is the only other option, right? There's the good review, and then it's like basically nothing. We don't want nothing to happen. You can have as many branches as you want. What we're going to do is we're going to ask them to leave us a review on Google My Business. And then if they gave us 3 to 1 stars, we're just going to send them an email. It's like, how can we make it up to you? Right? So you're only getting good reviews on your Yelps and your Facebook pages and wherever you need reviews. Just think about wherever you need reviews. You only are getting good reviews because the system is only asking those people to give you, the people who gave you good reviews, to give you good reviews in a public, right? But because we have a review system where we're asking every single person for reviews, if people have bad reviews, we are letting them basically yell into our pillow. We're putting our punching bag in front of them, right? So we actually want them to give us all the bad reviews because they got it out their system. So this right here, if I go back to this, that's the basics right here. I just showed you the basics to our software and the power of automations, the power of building a digital marketing system, and the power of leveraging technology. This is something that anybody can do. Beginners can do this, can utilize this software, build their business, build their operations, build their empire, and so can veterans, seasoned entrepreneurs. This is for everyone. This is for every industry, every vertical, real estate agents, restaurants, churches, nonprofits, coaches, tax prep people, lawyers, creative artists, musicians, any industry, anything, side hustles, service businesses. I'm trying to think of anything. This is great. So that's the end of this part of the demo, and we're gonna move on to the next part. All right, peace.
All right, guys, if you got this far, I'm sure you're super excited, and you probably got a ton of questions. Like, does it do this? Does it do this? Does it do this? Because you were imagining your business, and there's probably all these intricate things that you're thinking about, like, oh man, if it does this, I'm gonna sign up. One thing I can give you, word of advice, there are no solutions, only trade-offs, okay? There's gonna be no software in existence unless you custom develop it specifically for your use case in your business. There's no software that's gonna do every single thing exactly the way you want it, but there's always a way to do it. There's always a way to accomplish anything you're trying to do. And that's what we call trade-offs, right? So you got to think about all the software you're using currently. Well, I like the way this software works a little bit better. I like the way this software works a little bit better. I like the way this software works a little bit better, right? You got your emails over here, your SMS over here. You got your website hosting over here. You got your CRM over here. You got all these things that are just disjointed, and you're trying to connect them together. This is all in one. To me, that's the ultimate benefit, because when it's all in one, now they all talk to each other. But now you can automate everything. Automation will liberate you, give you your time back. We believe in this thing called location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom. That's what this software does for you, for your business, for your employees, for your business partners, for your staff, whatever. So the only thing to do is to take advantage of our 30-day free trial. It's risk-free because you literally can try all the things you want to try. Reach out to us, let us know if you have any questions. In 30 days, you can make a decision. Say you want to give it 3 months. Hey, I'm gonna give this 3 months. You can cancel anytime. We're not gonna lock you in, it's month to month. So go ahead, sign up for our 30-day free trial. It's only gonna charge you $1. The only reason we charge you $1 is because we wanna make sure that there's no fraud going on. And then it's gonna drop off and put your dollar back in your account. It technically is 30 days free. So what are you waiting for? Let's build this giant together.